Your brain isn't tense because you're stressed. It's tense because it's still waiting for permission to stand down. Even when you lie down, even when the day is over, even when nothing bad is happening, that tight feeling in your chest, that restless alertness, that sense that you can't fully relax, it's not anxiety in the way you think. It's your brain staying on duty because no one ever told it you're allowed to stop now. So it keeps scanning, keeps replaying, keeps holding you slightly on edge, not because something is wrong, but because something feels unfinished. In this video, you're going to learn why your brain does this and how to give it the one signal it's been waiting for. So relaxation doesn't feel forced, fragile, or temporary anymore. Your brain doesn't relax when things are quiet. It relaxes when things are clearly finished. There's a huge difference. Silence can still feel tense. Lying down can still feel alert. Free time can still feel heavy because your brain isn't responding to the environment, it's responding to status. Deep inside, your system is constantly asking one question: are we done yet, or do I still need to be ready? If the answer is unclear, your brain chooses readiness. That readiness shows up as shallow breathing, tight shoulders, pad background worry, difficulty settling, the urge to distract or scroll, not because danger is present, but because closure is missing. Your brain evolved to stand down only after clear signals. The hunt is over, the threat has passed, the task is complete. Modern life rarely gives those signals. Work blurs into night. Messages never stop. Goals don't have endings, only more. Even rest feels like something you should optimize, so your brain stays slightly activated, just in case. Here's the key part most people miss. Your nervous system doesn't understand intentions. It understands signals. Telling yourself, I should relax, isn't a signal. Scrolling isn't a signal. Lying in bed isn't a signal. Those are pauses. But your brain needs a full stop. Without it, your system remains in low-grade readiness, not fight or flight. More like standby mode. That's why relaxation feels fragile. Why calm disappears the moment something pops up. Why you can't fully exhale. Your brain is not resisting peace. It's waiting for confirmation that peace is allowed. And until it receives that confirmation, it keeps you alert. Because alertness once meant survival. The problem isn't that you don't know how to relax. It's that your brain was never taught when it's allowed to. This pattern keeps repeating because your brain has learned a very specific rule. If I stay alert, nothing gets missed. At some point in your life, being mentally on helped you. Maybe it helped you avoid mistakes. Maybe it helped you keep up. Maybe it protected you from criticism, chaos, or disappointment. So your system learned to associate readiness with safety. Over time, that readiness stopped being something you turned on and became your default state. Now, even when the external pressure is gone, your brain keeps acting like something still needs attention. This is why rest doesn't stick. The moment you slow down, your mind starts scanning. What about this? What about tomorrow? What if I forget something? Not to annoy you, to protect you. Your brain is trying to make sure nothing slips through the cracks. And here's the loop. Staying alert feels responsible. Responsibility feels safe. Safety reinforces alertness. So the brain keeps choosing the same strategy, even when it's no longer helpful. This isn't overthinking. It's over-preparing. And preparation without an endpoint turns into tension. Your nervous system doesn't know when to power down because the modern world never clearly says, you're done. So it waits for permission. And because that permission never comes, it keeps you slightly braced, day after day, until you teach it a new rule that nothing bad happens when you stop watching, that you don't lose control when you stand down. That rest itself can be safe. In the final section, I'll show you how to give your brain that permission clearly, simply, and without force. Here's the permission your brain has been waiting for. Not a technique, not a mindset, not something you have to maintain. Just a clear signal. Once a day, preferably in the evening, say this to yourself. Slowly and deliberately, nothing is required from me right now. That's it. This works because your brain relaxes when demands disappear. Not when problems are solved, not when everything is perfect, but when the system understands that no action is expected in this moment. When you say nothing is required, You are closing all open tabs at once. You're telling your nervous system there is no task to monitor. There is no mistake to prevent. There is no danger to prepare for. And that message lands immediately. You'll feel it in your body first. The shoulders drop, the breath lengthens, the jaw loosens because your brain finally hears you can stand down. This isn't giving up. It's not avoidance. It's acknowledging that readiness has an off switch. The more you give this signal, the faster your system learns to trust it. And over time, relaxation stops feeling fragile. Calm stops feeling temporary because your brain is no longer guessing whether it's allowed to rest. You didn't lack discipline. You didn't lack tools. You were missing permission. Now you know how to give it.